I'm posting this in the middle of the night. Not because I planned to, because I sat down to do something else entirely and this word would not wait. There is someone watching this, maybe many someones, who needed to receive this specific message in this specific moment. I've learned not to argue with that urgency, so I'm posting it now. If this is for you, you'll know. You'll feel it before I even finish the first sentence. What you have been praying for, what you have been believing for, fasting for, waiting for, sometimes quietly giving up on and then picking back up again in the dark when no one was watching, that thing is not canceled. It is not lost. It is not too late. It is not passed you by. It has been in a divine delay. And the difference between a divine delay and a divine denial is everything. A denial means the answer is no. A delay means the answer is yes, but the timing required something that was not yet in place. The thing that was not yet in place, it is now in place. And what is coming is going to come so fast that the wait is going to seem short in retrospect. Not because the wait wasn't real or wasn't hard, but because of the scale of what is arriving. I need to be honest about something before I give you the rest of this word. The waiting season is one of the cruelest experiences a person of faith can go through, and it is cruel specifically because of the faith required to sustain it. Here is what I mean. When you are not believing for anything, the passage of time is neutral. Time passes and things happen or they don't, and you adjust and move on. No wound there. But when you are believing, genuinely believing, not performing belief, but actually standing in faith for something specific, time becomes an enemy. Every day that passes without the manifestation is a day the enemy whispers, "See, you were wrong. God didn't say that. You made it up. You're holding on to something that was never real." And the longer the wait, the louder the whisper, until some of you stopped telling people what you were believing for because you could not bear to explain one more time why it hadn't happened yet. Until some of you had the dream still in your heart but had quietly stopped speaking it out loud. You kept the faith, but you kept it quietly, in private, in the dark, in the secret place where no one could watch you hold on to something that looked increasingly unlikely. And the enemy counted that as a victory, the silencing of your declaration, the privatizing of your faith, the way the hope shrank from public declaration down to a whispered prayer in the middle of the night. That was not defeat. That was faithfulness under pressure, and God saw every single night of it. Here is the theology underneath divine delays that I want to give you, not as a consolation, but as genuine understanding. God does not delay things arbitrarily. He is not withholding your blessing to teach you a lesson about patience. He is not testing your worthiness before he decides whether you deserve what he promised. He is not indifferent to the cost of the waiting. He delays things because what he is preparing to give you requires a specific set of conditions to be sustainable. He is not just giving you the thing, he is giving you the thing plus the ecosystem that will allow the thing to thrive and grow and be what it was designed to be. Think about this practically. If God had released you 2 years ago the relationship he is releasing now, would you have been the person that relationship needed? Would your healing have been complete enough, your discernment developed enough, your identity secure enough to receive and sustain a covenant connection? If God had given you the platform a year ago that he is giving you now, would the character that will carry that platform have been in place? Would the wisdom, the maturity, the spiritual authority have been built enough to steward the influence without it becoming a liability? God is not just answering your prayer. He is answering your prayer and protecting the answers simultaneously. The delay was the protection, and I want to honor the cost of that protection. Because the person who needed to be protected and the person who understood why the protection was necessary were not always the same person at the same time. There were seasons where you would have traded the future blessing for relief from the present pain in a heartbeat, where the theological understanding that delay is protection meant absolutely nothing to your nervous system at 2 a.m. There were seasons where hope felt like cruelty, where continuing to believe felt like setting yourself up for a larger disappointment than simply letting go would produce, where the question stopped being, when will this happen, and started being, was any of this real? If you survived those questions, if you have been to the edge of releasing the dream and come back, I need you to understand something important about yourself. That return, that decision, however small and fragile, to pick up the faith again in the dark, that was not weakness. That was not delusion. That was one of the most significant spiritual acts a person can perform.
You were strong because the waiting was hard, and you kept going anyway.
The speaker never sounds like a preacher delivering a sermon or a coach motivating a client. They sound like someone who has been there, who is sitting across from you, not standing above you. The authority comes from having survived something, not from having a title. Here is what I am releasing over you today. The acceleration that is coming is going to be disorienting at first, because you have been calibrated to the waiting. You have adjusted your pace, your expectations, your emotional posture to the frequency of delay. And what is coming is operating on an entirely different frequency. Multiple things are going to begin moving simultaneously. Doors you forgot you even knocked on are going to open. Conversations are going to come from directions you weren't watching. Resources are going to appear before the need fully manifests. The right people are going to find you faster than you have time to seek them. This will feel at times like too much, like you cannot manage the pace of what is unfolding. And in those moments, I need you to remember, you were built for this. The waiting was not wasted time. It was the preparation of your capacity to receive and steward the acceleration without being destabilized by it. God is not releasing this because you have been patient enough or faithful enough or good enough. He is releasing it because the arrangement he has been preparing, the people, the timing, the ecosystem, the conditions, is finally complete. The blessing was always coming. What needed to be ready was the landing. And the landing is ready. I need to know where you are in this. If you are in the middle of a waiting season, actively believing for something that has not yet arrived, comment waiting. Not as a complaint, as a declaration. You are still in it, you are still standing, and this community is going to stand with you. If something is already breaking open, if you feel the shift, if the movement has already begun in your situation, comment shift. I want to track the breakthroughs happening in real time in this community. And subscribe right now, because the follow-up to this video is going to be specifically about how to posture yourself spiritually for rapid acceleration when it comes, how to receive it, how to steward it, how not to self-sabotage the very thing you have been waiting for. Comment waiting or shift. I'll see you in the next video.